Hello everyone and welcome back to another VASAviation video. Today we're gonna be talking about the Cessna Conquest November 414 Bravo Alpha that crashed in San Diego on the 8th of June. I have posted two videos about this aircraft. The first video was the crash that occurred on the 8th of June. Shortly after takeoff, the pilot started to fly erratically. The controller noticed about it, gave some instructions and advices for the closest airport. Suddenly we hear Mayday, Mayday, Mayday 4 times, and the aircraft just went straight into the ocean. After that, I checked, while I was editing the video, I checked the previous flights of this aircraft. The day before the crash, this aircraft flew into San Diego, and the flight path, it looked quite erratic as well to me. So I thought, hey, is this normal? Is this because of traffic? So you are flying like zigzagging left and right because you are separating from the traffic ahead? Is this normal? So I downloaded the audio from Live ATC as always, and also I downloaded the flight data for that day, put it all together, synchronized, and I realized that this pilot was indeed having some troubles as well to fly the approach into San Diego. So I made the second video. I finally decided that, hey, this deserves to have a video as well. Also, on the day before that one, on June the 6th, this aircraft flew some kind of pattern north of an airport, like if they were like training IFR. It really looked to me like they were practicing IFR maneuvers, like, you know, intercepting radials and doing some kind of maneuvers that we usually do in the IFR training. So we're going to be talking about it. First, for the crash video, I have the information as always, and you can guys check both videos out completely, because in this video I'm just going to talk about some of the most interesting and relevant parts of those two videos. So for the first video, here's the information, and then on the bottom you have the weather report for that day at that time. So we have San Diego at 1920 Zulu time on the 8th of the month. The wind is 300 degrees at 7 knots, visibility 10 static miles, clouds overcast at 1,500 feet, temperature 19 degrees Celsius, dew point 14 degrees, altimeter 3000. So again, we have California, San Diego, same situation as we had with the Cessna Citation crash near Montgomery a few weeks ago. Here's the perfect example of the marine layer typical in the southern, actually the whole California, but the southern California here at this time of the day. The marine layer creates at late hours of the afternoon, of the evening, through the night, and then when the sun comes up, it starts hitting the ground heat goes up, and the clouds dissipate. These can be at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, 12 or more, depending on the temperature. Now, these happening at about 1920, 1930 UTC time. This means San Diego is UTC -7, so this is at midday. This is like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. That's 1,400 there. You can see the aircraft climbing through 1,500 now. That's the 015 that we have on the radar. 1,600, 700. and starts descending, it's climbing again, like climbing very hard, and then from one blink to the other, we have a blink there of 2,200 feet, but then the next blink, that is about 3 to 5, 7 seconds away, the next blink of the radar is 2,100 and then 1,500. So they are on a very rapid descent. It's like the pilot has lost control of the aircraft and they are descending very, very fast. To the point of descending down to 600 feet, only 600 feet to the ground, to the water in this case. Again, as always, remember that our radar program corrects for altimeter. So this altitude that you see here is the actual corrected altitude for the pressure that we have that day.
What's your altitude?
1,000. He's climbing again. Maybe he got disoriented when he was in the clouds, started descending, and when he gets out of the clouds, he sees the water, he actually can't see outside, and corrects and continues the climb again and goes to climb back again. And is at this point. Now, if you have never experienced IMC, and IMC is when you get into the clouds and you cannot see outside, because when you get into the clouds, and this is for those people that have never experienced or flown inside the clouds. When you get into the clouds, everything outside the window turns white and you cannot see anything outside, absolutely anything. And it doesn't matter what you think, or actually what you think that your body is feeling, because it's going to be wrong. So that's why we train, and we have many hours of training. When we go to train about instrument flying, we have many hours, and it's only about trusting your instruments. When we go through IFR or instrument rating training, we have something very funny. That is that you have some equipment on your head that covers everything. You cannot see anything out the windows, and you are mandatorily only focusing on your instruments ahead. So the main point of instrument training is, hey, forget about out the windows, forget about what your body is feeling or what your brain thinks that your body is feeling. Because literally you can be upside down or bunking very aggressively to one side or the other, that if you are looking out the window in the clouds all wide outside, your body can still feel that you are wings level when you are really like banking very aggressively or even turn upside down. So at this moment, relax, focus on your instruments, and just fly wings level. But don't ever look outside when you're flying IMC, especially when you're flying manually.
Alpha velocity alert, advise you climb and maintain 4,000 immediately.
Climb, maintain 4,000 immediately, 4 Bravo.
Bravo Alpha, are you doing okay there? Do you need any assistance?
That's blocked or cut communication there.
4 Bravo Alpha, what seems to be the issue?
Just struggling right now. Present and climb.
So at this point, can we maybe think about an engine failure or some other kind of failure? Why is this aircraft struggling to climb? I mean, you can climb through a cloud no problem, except if it's a cumulonimbus or that kind of convective cloud. But you can climb through a cloud with no problem. So are they experiencing some kind of failure, engine failure, or some kind of other malfunction, control malfunction, maybe, that they cannot climb through that cloud? We don't know. At this point, they are at 1,600 feet again.
Okay, 234, Frederick Julian.
Frederick Julian, over 234.
For Bravo Alpha, you're struggling to maintain altitude and headings. Maintain as high as you can for now, at least above 2,000.
Maintain about 4 Bravo Alpha.
At least above 2,000. I have talked to some pilots that usually fly in this area of California with marine layers, almost every day, or actually on a usual basis, like they have marine layers. And yeah, it's a thick, and when you get into the clouds, it's fog, and it's foggy outside as well. But when you climb through that layer and out of that layer, it's completely clear above the layer. So I think that what the controller is saying here is, hey, climb and maintain at least above 2,000, because I think that the cloud layer may be only 500 feet thick. So go through the layer and get out on top of that layer so you can see outside and you can get into the clear.
Bravo Alpha, the closest airport I can get you to is North Island Airport, which is off your left in like 1 mile. Do you see that?
Negative, 4 Bravo Alpha.
There's 4 Bravo Alpha. 4 Bravo Alpha, there's an airport off of your east side, and about 3 miles is a crisscross runway. It's North Island. It's your closest airfield. Bravo Alpha, if you see North Island, you're cleared to land. 4 Bravo Alpha, if you see the airport, you are cleared to land.
You can see their altitude there,
4
stuck
Bravo Alpha, approach.
at 900 feet.
4 Bravo Alpha, low altitude alert, climb immediately. 4 Bravo Alpha, radar contact lost 6 southwest of San Diego Airport.
Their descent was so rapidly that the receivers for the radar couldn't really get data from the aircraft, like, in a step, in a second by second or 2 seconds by 2 seconds. So the latest, actually the last report that we have from the aircraft is at 900 feet. Like, they were really falling into the ocean. Controller starts to give some instructions and advices, trying to guide the aircraft to a safe landing, but unfortunately that didn't occur. Okay, so here's a photo that I received from a subscriber that was on scene when this occurred, about the clouds at that point there. Yeah, it's cloudy, yeah, and it's overcast, and these guys just went through those clouds, and maybe, we don't know, we will wait for the investigation to come out or the preliminary report, but maybe they got disoriented in clouds. This is very sad. Of course, it's a tragedy. There was a family on board. The woman was pregnant, and but something that we have to do is learn. We don't want these accidents to happen ever again. So general aviation accidents are unfortunately very common now. Single engines, twin engines, even light jets, like, again, the one we have in San Diego, just a few miles north of this location here, of this accident now. We had a Cessna Citation crash as well. In the clouds, bad weather, and we don't know, but we'll find out. The investigators will find out, and we all will learn about it, and hopefully reduce the number of accidents in general aviation. Now, about the video of the day before the accident. This is June the 7th, and this guy, I guess that with the same passengers, we don't know, but the same pilot, we can hear the same voice, was coming from Phoenix into San Diego. We have the description here, and again, we have the weather report at the bottom. And it says, San Diego, the day 7, at 23:51 Zulu time. This is about, I would say, like 4 in the afternoon, local time. The wind 300 at 7, visibility 10 static miles, and the clouds are overcast at 1800. Again, I guess this is a marine layer. So as for information, this aircraft is flying into San Diego VFR. They are flying visually, and you can see the aircraft here on the right side at about 11,000 feet right now. They are in the sequence to land in San Diego, and they have a couple planes in front of them, and one of them is American 2361, that again, they are as well flying into San Diego following the same or kind of the same approach path, let's say.
American 2361, looking at the cloud coverage ahead, do you think someone will be able to make it in VFR?
It would be tight. I doubt it for American 2361.
American 2361, thank you very much.
That's a clue of what you have here. So American 2361, Airbus A321, mega good airliner, and they say, hey, this is gonna be tight. That like the clouds to fly VFR, this is not to fly VFR. So the controller will ask November 414 Bravo Alpha, so what are your intentions? So you're flying VFR, but hey, this aircraft, this pilot here says that going VFR is not a very good idea.
Contestant 4 Bravo Alpha, American on final said it's going to be probably unlikely that to be able to make it in the VFR. Say your request. Request to go IFR then 4 Bravo Alpha. Contestant 4.
Okay, so hey, you're not going to be able, most likely, to go VFR, to land VFR. So hey, what are your intentions? And he says, okay, so if I am not able to go VFR, we'll go IFR. That's totally perfect. That's totally perfect. I guess you are IFR rated. Your aircraft is well equipped with avionics to fly IFR. So hey, that's totally perfect. We have changed flight rules every time at some point. So after a few vectors here and there, finally November 414 Bravo Alpha gets the IFR clearance with some vectors to establish on the approach. And again, you should watch the original video for this, because I am only going to go through some of the details and relevant parts of this video and not the entire of it and the communications entirely. So I checked the radar, the flight track, and you can see here, it looks like very erratic to me. Again, when I first thought, hey, is this normal? Are you zigzagging to gain some separation from the aircraft ahead of you? But no, this aircraft, this pilot was clear with only a couple vectors and descends. Maybe they get into the clouds as well. Only with a couple vectors, heading 180 and then back north to join the RNAV approach. This guy was inquired about what approach would you like to do. The ILS, the RNAV, there are several kind of approaches, and he said, hey, I am set up for the RNAV. So the controller said, okay, so go to this waypoint and join the RNAV approach. But you can see they are not following the final approach course. They are flying erratically left and right, and when they are getting to final approach, they also deviate to the left. And something that I did not realize when editing the video that you said on the comments is, hey, the last time he deviates to the left of the final approach course, he looks like going straight ahead to the North Island Airport right here, to just south of the San Diego International Airport. And that's true. Maybe he got disoriented and thought that airport is the airport I am intending to land. Then the tower inquires, hey, do you have the airport inside? And he corrects back to the right and lands in San Diego. Now, is this aircraft equipped for instrument flying and RNAV approaches? Does this aircraft have an autopilot? So here's what I have found on the internet about this aircraft. We don't know if this panel that we see right here is the actual panel of the aircraft. Yes, it's November 414 Bravo Alpha, it is. But we don't know if this photograph is, what date this photograph was taken on, and also if, if the panel has changed since this photograph was taken. Anyway, we don't know if those displays there on the right side, on the center of the panel, they are GPSs. We don't know. But what I know is that this aircraft is, of course, equipped with a 6-back instrument just in front of the pilot. We have the airspeed, we have the attitude, we have the altitude, we have the bowl, we have the gyro or the compass, the ERMI, whatever you want to call it, and we have the VSI, the vertical speed indicator, which just indicates how fast you are climbing or descending. That can save your life, really. The VSI can really save your life. And of course the altimeter, the altitude indicator. You see, if you're descending, it's just a matter of pressures. And these instruments work quite well. Yes, they can fail, but they work quite well. So yeah, just when you're on your instrument training, just trust these instruments. These 6 instruments will save your life. However, what I still don't know, and I want you guys to let me know if you see it on the panel in the cockpit, because I can't, is if this aircraft is equipped with an autopilot. I have never flown the Cessna 414. I have flown the Cessna 340. We had some kind of similar cockpit and avionics, actually, but we didn't have autopilot. So I don't know where to look. If you guys can help me out with this, because I don't know if the autopilot is in here, but I don't see it, or if it's actually not, and we don't have an autopilot here. However, I have found another November Cessna 414, and it's this one. And again, same aircraft. In general aviation, every aircraft has its own owner. And those owners can do whatever they want with the aircraft. They can change the seats, they can change the colors, and they can change the panels. So they can include or delete or remove some of the avionics and instruments. Like this November 414 Kilo Juliet, we have some different instrumentation and avionics in front of the pilot there. The 6-back was replaced by 2 displays of there. We have the PFD and the MFD that we usually call in the big airplanes. Are we equipped with first of all, are we equipped with a GPS or some kind of AirNav equipment on this November 414 Bravo Alpha? Do we have an autopilot? If we have it, was it operational the day of the accident or the days before? We don't know, and that's something that the investigators will hopefully show up, and hopefully as well we'll learn from this tragedy. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your very good feedback that I have received on the latest videos, analysis videos that I have posted recently. This really helps me out as well, and I learn a lot from these videos. Not only the normal and usual communications videos that I usually post, but also these videos because I do some kind of investigations as well. I post a video and then you guys in the comments leave very good feedback and very good information as well. We want a better aviation, and we want safe aviation even more. The aviation is very safe, but aviation is evolving, and we have to also evolve with it and improve as much as we can so we don't have these accidents, or at least we'd reduce the number of accidents in aviation. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you give your feedback and your comments as well, and leave me, give me some information as well about this aircraft. If you have flown this aircraft personally, please give your feedback as well. And see you in the next one. Thank you very much.